Hey, what's going on, guys? So I've got some feedback on how I mounted the requesting how I mounted the Sigma 30mm lens on the A6500. Now again, I'm using the DJI Ronin SC, and I put a small little adapter on the bottom. It's a Arca Swiss adapter that allows me to mount this to a tripod. And so I've taken one of these little plates, quick release plates, and I've put it on my tripod like that. So that's the first step. You want to get it on the tripod, no matter how you do that. The next thing you want to do is you want to take your Sony a6500. Now you can use the provided DJI Ronin twist mount thing like that, but I found one that I like better. It's from Polar Pro. It came with the another little set I had. So I basically add a cold shoe adapter to that, and I put that on the Sony a6500, and then I take my phone and I put it like that in there. Now I'm using the Rode Wireless Go right now to film all this on my DJI Osmo Pocket, and so I won't be able to put that on there, but let me show you how I went about balancing that. Again, I'll put my Sony a6500 there, and then I'll unlock this first lock on this side. So I'll unlock that, and I can see that he's going back and forth a lot, so I'll find a nice sweet spot. It's probably about there. I'll take the lens cap off because that helps. I'll plug in the cable that comes with it, and so I'll try to find the sweet spot for the front and back, going really slow. And that's about it. Notice it's not falling over without me touching it. So once I find that, I set the little side adapter locking plate, so I know that that's my spot for that. Then what I'll do is I'll unlock this side motor over here, that goes left and right. And I noticed that he's leaning towards the right a little bit, so I'll come back over here and I'll move him just to the right a little bit. One click, one small click. Don't go too far over, don't go too far. And then I'll make sure that this axis, I'll level it out like this and see if it's leaning forward or backward. And then once I find out it's leaning backward too much or leaning too far forward, I'll adjust this one. And then I'll unlock all of them and see if I can just get it you have to go real small movements, because huge movements will just throw it all the way off. So go the smallest movement. So now I can tell it's pretty balanced. Again, it's leaning forward a little bit, so I'm going to push them up just a hair on this axis down below. And it's very small movements. Just to see if it gets locked in a little bit. See, it kind of keeps coming back that way. So you'll have to play with it a lot to find the perfect sweet spot. Again, I wouldn't use this setup too much. The problem with using the cell phone to do active track is you'll have to use the front facing camera on the phone, so that when you want to track yourself, somebody will have to be behind the camera, or you'll have to kind of hope that you're tapping to focus and it's focusing on your face. So when you move around, it follows you. But remember, it's tracking you via the camera on your phone. So even if you do have your face in the shot, your lens might not be tracking your face. It might be lower because of how the positioning of all of this is. So there it is. It's pretty much balanced. What now I'll do, I'll turn it on. and then I'll go into the app, and then I'll auto calibrate it so that it keeps this. And the best part about this is, since I have it on this quick release plate, I can always take it off and kind of continue to move around with it. You notice it's balanced pretty good. You can't go too far that way because the screen gets in the way. So it does keep everything balanced. It does work pretty good, but like I said, in order for it to actively track you, it has to use the forward-facing camera. It can't use the cameras like if you're taking a selfie with the cell phone. It just won't work. So it kind of negates the use of being able to frame yourself with the phone and tap on it and use the cameras on this side. It's just a bug, I guess. I don't know. But using it as a selfie stick or actively tracking you personally, I don't think it works out that well. So if I was to film myself, I would probably use something like the Osmo Pocket, to where I can see myself in the screen. I can use my wireless microphone, and it can still track me, so to speak, if I'm in 24 frames per second on 4K. So if you're looking to film yourself, I would get like something like the Osmo Pocket. That way it can keep track of you and still move around. This setup is good for tracking a moving object. So say you want to track a building while doing a hyperlapse. That's where this would be great. Tracking someone on a sports field, that might be great, or a car or something like that. But tracking yourself, this is not a viable option. I'll show you some sample footage of I was making a smoothie for breakfast, and basically, since I'm using this Sigma 30mm lens, I had to back it up pretty far in order to get the entire shot. At first, I was only able to get the mixer and not my face. So I'm going to show you that footage, and then let you decide for yourself whether you want to use this setup for filming yourself or filming something else. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Till next time, peace. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make a smoothie. First off, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put water in here. It's a very tight shot, huh? That's good to know. Because see, I wouldn't know that had I not had you behind the camera to start it off. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, you can motion track with that. And it's like, okay, how viable is this solution? You know, with the Osmo, I know everything is in focus. I mean, everything is, you know, in the shot because it's a little bit further back. But I love that it's tracking me, I mean, properly for the most part, but it's only getting half of my body. Now if I duck down and I get these, but they lost me, right? Oh. Okay. Nope, there we go. Okay, you got me back. You got me back. All right. When I had you to myself, didn't want you around. I don't know if it's still recording though, because I don't know if it goes in from when it goes into that searching mode to stop the recording. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, at least that.